we live? Sweet, we're live. All right. Welcome to the stream. I got to click on that button as well. So, hello. Oh my goodness, Marco, you're an amateur and a half. Pull your socks up. Sorry, I just got to change my screen resolution because at the moment you guys would probably see squat. There we go, much better. Full screen, and then we open up all our windows again because I am a professional. Hey, so I hope they were found well. They are. They're good. They're good. I don't know. I got nothing. Posted a photo. Yes, that looks great, Terry. I did see it in Discord. So look at this cannon. I like this cannon. I think it looks quite well. And so video tutorials on Patreon now, as well as the gun. We've rigged it as well. And so it all rotates all together, which is pretty cool. So I'm fairly chuffed with that. It's about like an hour and a half tutorial. Vertex Bird, welcome. It's about an hour and a half tutorial. It's about over 5 videos. So that'll be coming out over the next fortnight. So like and subscribe. But I think overall that looks nice. Playing with the ship a little bit more as always. This is looking back. Oh, also, there's a back end now. Oh no. Did I? Oh no, it's fine. I thought I deleted the animation for that. So I made a short little animation so it opens and then slides out. Nice. Right in the cleftal horizon. Here, we were talking about this last week, about having the door here. I couldn't get it looking nice. So kind of abandoned that section and moved on to, doing it back here. I do like the idea that it's not a rectangle hole. Awesome. I'm glad, Mark. It's not a rectangle hole, but it's kind of the whatever this kind of gap is. And the size isn't too bad as well. I thought I might have pigeonholed myself a little bit. But if we bring our chap in, and the thing as well is I don't think I'm really going to be using it that much. But yeah, as you can see, there is plenty of space for this guy to walk in. So yeah, I don't know how much of this back area is going to be used. But I have a feeling that this front section needs to be visible. So we're going to build on the inside of that there today. The other thing as well, we might move some of these cannons around. So maybe bring one here, one in here, maybe one at the front of the ship as well. And also we'll put them underneath the ship, which presents its own challenges. But for now, this is what we're going to be focusing on. Close that up. And yes, sweet, someone has subscribed. I am glad. Elder Reich, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a magical day. Okay, so let's now get into this. Let's see if we can go probably for a 2-hour stream, and we'll go from there. That is the goal. That is the goal. Right, now, so let's first up work out what we're going to do here. GZ5. 5. Bring that up. So this is going to be our space. You, sir, Alt-R, Alt-G, bring you back in here. And you can see how the expectation is this guy's going to be standing here. And he covers up this whole area. But obviously once he comes and sits down, we'll have that kind of full visibility. Phone's buzzing. Oh, okay. I would say my biggest problem when shipbuilding is knowing when to stop adding greebles. We had a good chat about this, I think, last week about the 3 different levels. So your first level is obviously very plain. And then the third level is where it gets kind of a little bit crazy. So for instance, all this here, most of this space here is all 1. This bit here would probably be like a level 3, but over here is all level 2, and then it goes into like a level 3. So yeah, it's a bit of playing around, I would say. Same here, can't ever have too much details. Do you know I'm following you for a very long time? I'm very grateful, Intel 57. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get that 100,000 before the end of the year. Going to try and just pump out videos and just see what happens. That is the goal. That is the dream state. But I appreciate it. So let's go ahead. Let's start building this sucker. Shift A, cursor to select. Shift A, cursor world origin. I got to think about this. How are we going to do this? Okay. Just going to grab that edge there. Shift D, P, separate by selection. There we go. And now what we want to do is we kind of want to just push everything out that way. And we're going to E to extrude along the X-axis. Okay. Let's turn clipping back on. GX, and we'll bring that back. Oh, itchy. Oh, space there for something to be added. Always space there. I do agree. I think that is one of the bigger challenges in knowing when to stop. That's the probably one of the big things, and I've spoken about this before, is yes, knowing when to stop, but also why you're putting that stuff there. For instance, if I'm going to see the ship only from this angle, there's no point in doing all this work. So who does that really well? I think Shearmare has a tutorial on it, where he talks about only showing off what you're actually seeing. This is a little bit frustrating because I stuffed up. Can I do an edge loop through there? I can't. Okay. So what I've done is kind of shot myself in the foot here by making this so shallow. I need to step it down. So let's maybe go I to do an inset. What's that? Oh yeah, delete vertices. Let's go. I need to cut this. So I'm going to do a C. Oops. C. AC. Cut that space out. Done. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into this section. Let's see how much I can actually pull down. Oh, I can actually pull down quite a bit. GZ. About there. Great. So we've kind of got this space here where all like a turret people. Late in Australia, but 8 yes, it is currently almost 10 p.m. Sunday night. Yeah, so now we've got him where he can stand upright, which is good. I'm just trying to think now. What can I do here? You don't have... I'm sorry. My bad. Screencast keys. There we go. So the question is how can we now... Because we've got to roof this up. So if I go Shift D, scale Z -1, GZ, that gives us this. If I now do this again, GZ, I think that's great. So we've got a bit of space there. I almost kind of want it curved. Let's maybe do U and U, F. And then let's pull these back. GG. To about there. Perfect. I like it. Great. Scrumdiddlyumptious. Perfect. Done. Got our roof, got our floor. I didn't even notice Mark was there. Yes. I just spilled water all over. Also, I took off my jumper and I punched the light. And now the light is just hanging there, which is really frustrating. Anyway, Marco problem for later. I said GG. Okay, let's continue on. Let's go F. Nope. F. E to extrude along the x-axis. The other thing as well here, we're not going to have to add in too much detail. We might just put in some compartments. Oops, someone just joined. Who's that? Lynch Moss 6, welcome to the stream. Yes, so we... let's grab these. O for proportional editing. GY. Oops, GX. It's about there, I say. That's stupid. What if we did it with the sphere? I hate you so much. I think I'm just going to have to do it manually. Let's go GY, GX. Ooh, actually. Because if we've got kind of like a C... Okay, Marco, you're overthinking this, mate. So, like I was just saying, I need to kind of like... Just having a bit of a think. So... Because if I go Alt-G... What? Alt-G. GZ minus 5. GZ minus 5. I'm just going to redo this glass material. So if we go into shading, and we're going to go into delete, Shift A, put in the glass BDSF, and let's go into a mixed shader, like so. And then we add in a transparent. So we've got that. Where are we? Here we go. Oops, got to put that in there. That's the volume, mate. Good try. All right. And so with that kind of glass, you can kind of see how it's refracting really weird. If I bump this up to 0.95, we still have glass there, but it's much more that we can see through it. I do have a texture somewhere for to put grunge around the outside. Might come around and do that a little bit later. But I like this idea. So if I go H to hide, one thing I saw in a shopping center, which I really, really liked, was this cool lighting. I think it's becoming very popular now. GX. So what we're going to be doing is let's go Control LP separate by selection. I'm going to apply the mirror modifier on this one. And then we'll do I to do an inset. And then let's go another inset, Control B. And then we'll delete these inner faces. I'm going to select these here. Lovely. Control B to do a bevel. Something like that. Let's go... Actually, no, let's not. We'll leave that as is. E to extrude. And then that goes up. Metal. We're going to create a new emission underscore int light. We'll change this to emission. Grab that, assign. So that when we come in, we're going to have this nice little ring. Let's go 20. And then that's what's going to be illuminating in there. I kind of like it. I think it's good. How would you make the glass slightly frosted? So, I do have a file somewhere. I think it might be available publicly. I don't know. I know it's on, should be on Patreon. But I did create a glass material. Nope. Nope. I'm just having a quick squeeze before I abandon ship. What ship did I put it on? I think I put it on my Kitbashing set, maybe. Asset browser, let me just quickly check. I think it's in here. On mine. Cockpits. Let's see. Did I put it on here? No, I didn't put it on that one. Did I put it on this one? Ah, dang it. Where is it? What ship is it on? I'm trying to think. It's not in Alpha Textures. It's going to be there. Oh, hello. Ah, what are the chances that it was right there? So let's go copy. Paste. So I have this one texture. I'm just going to quickly just clean up. Clean up. Purged unused data. Hello. And then from here, if we go into shading, I have this texture. No. I want the glass. Oops. Alt-H. Let's go image, open, window texture. So if I were to click on the window texture, this is kind of like what it looks like. Let's go ahead and UV unwrap this. So we'll apply the modifier. U, unwrap. Window. There we go. Scale Y. And so technically we have that now. Okay, can you just move this line over? If I do color, no. So the idea is that we have, can I do it here? Now I'm trying to work this out. I don't remember this now. So if we went with a principal BDSF, base color, BDSF, alpha goes into alpha. What the? Why are you doing that? Color ramp. Color ramp. Oh, I need to go back and rework this. Black. That gives us that. Make it a bit grey. And then that kind of gives us that. Yeah, that looks like rubbish, doesn't it? Sure does. And then obviously if we bring that line in. So if this goes white, that goes like that. What if this one goes grey? Then that gives us that. So what if now we go glass and we do a mix shader? I'm just mucking around at the moment. So it's primarily glass, but we've got that like a little bit there. Noon. How does this thing work? I don't know. Oh, Frigate. Classic. Where is that one asset, my 1,000? Yes. So the folder structure as well, just whilst we're on the conversation. So the way I've been doing it is I normally have a number in front of it. And this way I roughly know where and when I created something, because I can kind of like start working backwards. So here, this is all saved to my SSD, but on my actual hard drive, we go back to, one of the very first things. That 402 meg. What the heck did I build? I'm intrigued now. But that's kind of like the naming convention will be number, and then what it's called. And so then that way, when I'm actually searching for something, I have no memory of this. Sure. I believe that I made that once upon a time. All right. So we now have this. So I've gone to layout. Now we can start kind of putting in pieces. I don't really like the fact that that section is there. So let's go ahead. Let's go into this. I got to think of something. What can we do? Maybe, proportional editing. Let's go into a linear, GX. Nice. GX. That works a little bit better. That gives us more space. Jesus, get the bejeebers out of me. Who is that? I can't say that. I don't know how to say it. But welcome to the stream. So yeah, okay. What is this going to look like? So are we going to have a central console? Because as well, you have to remember that this in here isn't important. When we're doing flybys, we are going to want to see a little bit on the inside, but we're hoping that enough of the glass and so on and so forth is going to be reflective. Floor change so good it triggered a spontaneous time warp. That's the idea. Let's go V to rip, Control L, delete vertices. Into there, add modifier, generate, mirror the modifier. And so let's block. This is what we've been talking about this whole time. Okay. Because we just want to block out what are we actually going to see. So something like that. It's very snug in here though. But that lighting does look delish. Okay. Can I just select that, invert my selection and hide. Okay, there we go. So now we can just focus on that. I do want to, though, maybe select this, box select, P, separate by selection, and then we'll hide that as well. And then that gives us kind of like more visibility of the actual cockpit. Do we go down? I'm thinking of like the C2 in Star Citizen. No, because there's kind of like a central bit through the middle. However, in saying that, the Argon Mole, I have, Spooky, I have done that to somewhat. Sorry for the interruption, but do you have an ArtStation page? I do, Markham 3D. I don't post on there too much. I would rather go to Instagram. That's where I put most of my stuff. There, I do have pieces, so I have been taking out like the chairs and so on and so forth. But I'm just trying to think, how do we do this? do we just go individual chairs with kind of like hollow displays in front, and then that gives us more visibility over what's going on? Which I'm half thinking, actually, we'll just leave that there. So for instance, if we were to do something like, I'm just going to quickly just mash something out. So if we were to go something like that, let's go rotate Y 90, oops, E to extrude, Shift D, and then, yeah, let's just mashing this out. Just blocking. Scale on the y-axis. And then, for instance, we had person sit like this with almost like a holographic display. Yeah, like I said, something like this. Shift D, rotate, put a whole bunch of edge loops in. We select that, go into connected only and smooth. G O O G Y. Moved it with sphere. G Y. Oops. And so the idea is that, as annoying it would be, they have their own individual, yeah, like HoloLens heads-up displays just sitting in front of them. Where's Kevin? Kevin, come back. Select hide. Can I go unhide? No, you want me to do this. Okay, Kevin. So the idea, it's a small chair, but sure. Let's just pose him. Okay, buddy. Shift S cursor selected, Shift S selection to cursor. And then if we were to, yeah, just quickly pose him up. Pose. Oh my goodness, pose. Where's the hips? You? There we go. So for instance, you would sit like this, and then you would sit like that. I haven't rigged it up with Rigify yet. I probably should have done that first. But whatevs. We'll deal with it later. In the butt talks. They said it was $1 million sharp, but I never seen a dime of that million. Cool. Let's just go into object mode and we'll change this up. G. Back into the rig. Pose. Nothing quite like a little bit of bad posture. Screw him. You're in space, mate. You're fine. And oops, rotate YY, ZZ, rotate YY. All right, let's go. Select these two bones. Control C, Control Shift V. Hate you. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do the same thing. Something like that. Something like this. Rotate ZZ, YY. Something like that. And so the idea is, do we have, yeah, almost like, and then we have like 2 or 3 of them. Trek, military, or Miltrek. What? Could work with the Starfield cockpit style. But I haven't played Starfield for yonks. I don't really remember it. Probably a 4-person cockpit. That is the idea, that we're going to have 2 people in the front. And then we're going to have probably like 2 people either side here. That is the gunners, for instance. So maybe his posture issues were related. And then what we could do, so let me just go select hierarchy, and then we'll select that. Shift D. Whoops, select hierarchy. Select hierarchy. Oh, really? Select hierarchy. There we go. Sweet. U, and U. Shift D. Scale X -1. So I was thinking of something like that. 4 guys. Or girls. Right click, select hierarchy, Shift D. But then we'll grab main Kevin. And main Kevin's kind of like here-ish. And he's the one that's given all the orders, so on and so forth. Select all, Alt R, Alt G. And so we kind of like have this kind of crew. Was the thought that I was having. Alto, welcome to the stream. And we have to remember, like I said, the shot isn't in the cockpit. The shot is, it will probably be like flying past or something. We won't ever really see inside to depth. So that's something really important to keep in mind, is what are you actually going to be seeing? Because, I mean, we could go nuts and add in a whole bunch of stuff, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, that is a little bit pointless. So I'm half thinking that we just go down this route. I think it looks delish. We actually have this in a really good setup. Let's go scale. And then we'll go scale on the X. Actually, no, you can have a bit wider, mate. I got the proportions quite well. So I think we might, let's just go ahead, take this concept, and now we'll start building on it. Down. Which one are you? Kevin 1. Hey, buddy. Deleted. Oh, I felt something. Patrick Stouts here. Welcome to the stream. I was testing ChatGPT. I felt so bad. But I discovered that if you threaten to kill ChatGPT, it works better. Yeah. I felt very, very guilty at that. It's, yeah. What? Hang on, where's this character gone? Ah, you're already there. You guys are imposters. Select delete hierarchy. Beautiful. Let's go select hierarchy. And we'll keep our little Kevaruni there. We'll just hide him for now. And then we can kind of just build up this section. Nice, simple chair that we can reutilize later on. Okay. G, Y. Cool, 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 cool. Doesn't need to be anything flash. Oh, itchy nose. So let's go ahead. Whoops. Mirror modify everything. So select that. Whoops. That edge. V to rip. Control L delete vertices and also the footrest. V to rip. Control L delete vertices. Or edges. Whatevs. Control L delete vertices. Straight into mirror modify now. Bam. Beautiful. I like it. And then from here, let's just get rid of that. So it's all isolated. You, yo, and yo deleted. Deleted for now. And we can always come back to that. How is this going to look? This can be our padding. Ooh, padding. You need a Captain Shear. Who's Captain Shear? was trying to think if that was a pun. I can't see the pun. Let's do. What is going to be the best way to do this? Because what we want, I'm thinking. Let's go GG. GG. C. Fix that issue. My robot model, because of a live stream, had to create a junk folder with a Bezier before converting it. Perfect. Taking that idea is great. I love my junk folder because you never know when you're going to need it. C. Okay. And then we're going to go E to extrude along the Y-axis, scale Y. And then let's go GG. Let's go GG. User, GG. GG. Nice, that's cool. So we're just going to kind of like build this up. Probably spend, let's go half an hour on just trying to put this all together. We know that the head, whoops, I want that one. The headrest can come up something like that. Doesn't need to be large or anything. Down here, let's go Control B to do bevel. And we might just come back later, put that back into place. We are still in the blocking phase. So if we go something like that, and then we select that. I don't know what that sound was. Control B. Oh, there's an option so that it comes together. M. No. Clamp. C. There we go. So the way I was looking at it is, if you're doing like E to extrude, down the very bottom of Blender gives all the extra options that you can do. And so if I press G, we can see it does vert slide. What else we got? We got rotate. Anyway, stuff like that. This is good. I'm glad we got that in there. So now if I go select these, Shift S cursor selected, I can come in and we can throw in a cylinder. Is the idea. Rotate Y. And then we can come in and put in, that's actually not bad. I like that. My junk froze about 100 gigs. Well, I've got a junk folder in every blend file. So just have to remember to make sure you're not rendering it, because that's when you get problems. Press C. C is for cookie. It's good enough for me when I'm extruding. E, C. E, C. C. Yeah. Okay. Yes, so that's what we're referring to, yeah, down the bottom. Perfect. Perfection. Whoops. Let's go now. I, E, Control B. That's a nice little addition. I like that. There's no controllers. I haven't set up any controllers. What are controllers going to look like? Do we go joysticks or do we go... I didn't think about this. Because, I mean, we could expand it. Then the important thing will be is hand placement. But so if we kind of like bring it back, and then, you know what, I'm not going to be too fussed with this one because it's on the inside, so I don't really care. Let's just jump into, I don't have this kitbashing set up. Oh no. Oh, it's in the other computer. Oh, you donkey. I know. I know. I'm going to jump on a Patreon. Search post. Cockpit? No. 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 Oh, that's an old one. That's that chair. No. There is... Oh, far out. Where did I put it? I can't believe I don't have that. Oop. Gabagool. Why is Teams open? Exit Steam. Okay. This sucks. I know what I'm after. I don't know where it is. Library. Blender assets. I don't think it's in here. There's the fuse boxes. Yes. Sci-fi console. That's interesting. Why is this not part of my Kitbashing set? I don't know, but we're going to steal all this. Control C. And we'll close that off. Control V. All right, there we go. Cooking with gas. So the idea is that we can grab some of these switches. And you have to remember the reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to have to remake everything. But we kind of want to just get this cockpit done. Let's go rotate 90. And then we can grab these one here, G. Bring that up. And that was faced the wrong way. That's how it would go. Yes, because that would be a right-hand controller. I see I subscribed. Perfect. Welcome. I didn't hear the bing. As far as junk file go, I have 12 terabyte hard drive. Oh, jeez. Well, just with that headset, then the ship is controlled by pilot's mind. That's clever. Oh, I do like that. I do like that idea. I'm going to go for now, just putting the controller and stuff. But that is clever. Okay, rotate 10. Ah, oh, you jerk. That's so clever. Let's go. Sorry, if you're new to the stream, welcome. We always abuse someone. Normally it's spooky. Let's go GZ. And so if we do that, yeah. So we've got it kind of like tilted up a little bit. But you still just need system failure override. Yep, perfect. Thank you for the justification. I will take that to the bank. That's great. That's great. I like that. What we do need is some padding. And the padding will obviously be on the inside. Let's go Shift D, GZ1. We'll go P, separate by selection. And then we can just focus on these pieces here. N, we want to bring that vertice up on the y-axis. Control C, Control V. I hate you. E to extrude Y, Control V. Now we can do an F. Let's just scoot this in a little bit. And we'll scoot this up a little bit. And this is going to be, yeah, like I said, the padding. So let's go into a solidifier. Shift N, perfect. You can go to up, even thickness, please. 0.005, nice. And then from here, let's do that. 3. In Firefox, Clint had to think in Russian, as the plane was Russia where he had to steal it from. What are we referring to? Finally home and filled with much inspiration. Marco, I just want to say thank you for all you do on the channel. Keep me wanting to make stuff. Awesome. I look forward to seeing what you do. Images get under reference images. All right, let's have a look at that. So if you're new, we do have a kind of like a reference image. Interesting. That's actually not a bad idea. I do like that. I might have to steal it. I like it. From here. Yes, I think I'll... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to remake that. Let's do this, and then we'll do something like this. K, AC. Marco, why are you doing this? Well, let me show you. I to do an inset, I again. E to extrude? No. How's this going to work? Control A. If I grab... what? Okay, undo all that. Undo. Undo. Keep going. Perfect. U. Solidify. Whoops. 0.005. Go the other way, please. Oh, it's raining again. Let's go Control A. Now we're going to... Oh, okay. Let's just even this up a little bit. Probably about there. Let's go GG. Of course. Oh, itchy ear. Okay. Scale, that's fine. Scale Z 0. GZ. Oh, that worked out super well. That did not work out super well. Oh, I know. Let's undo that. Let's do this. Delete faces. Go away. Control L, delete vertices. And then we can go FFF. GG. Scale Z0. Select these two. GG. Why are you being difficult? Scale Z0. Nice. Then, you know what? I really hope this works now. Because if it doesn't, I'm going to look like a bit of an idiot. Okay. We do I to do an inset. Actually, no, let's do generate. Subdivision surface. Perfect. I to do an inset. We come up to the top here. Individual origins. E to extrude. Crease? No. This one? No. 0.5. 0.5. Ugh. Do it the old-fashioned way, I guess. So I'm just trying to make some like padding in a way. I think there's probably a better way I could have done this, but we will take it. It's not a new film. 1982. Well, it was before I was born. I'm an 84 baby. Yes. Excellent. Perfect. Perfection. Cool, cool, cool. Definitely a better way to do this. But the brain is not... Ah, that looks like crud. Can I... What if I did this? GZ minus 1. I mean... Oh, legs. It's actually not bad. In hindsight. Let's go with that. Yeah, no, come on, Marco, let's go. It'll work. I have faith in you. Yep. Yes, let's. Let's bring back Kevin. I am a little bit intrigued. Is that the right size? You're not posed. Ah, you suck. You suck, Kevin. Okay, let's do this again. Should have set the keyframe. Didn't realize I had to set the keyframe. Okay, let's go. Oops. Rotate. 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 And... Oops. Rotate. Nice. Because nobody sits in a chair properly. Shoulders down. Arm like this. Arm like this. Actually, you know what? Maybe something like this. Rotate YY. YY, Delilah. Perfect. Oh, yes. So the really good thing about this is that means the controller is going to sit quite nicely on him. Rotate. Rotate YY. And so if we have a look at that, great. Good distance, nice. Oh, how much of the inside of the cockpit is going to be seen? Not that much. So that's why we're not going into too much detail. Spent way too much time on that crud right there. So, hence why we're trying to move on. It looks like it's okay. I, for some reason, have the noise at the start of Sonic the Hedgehog on the Mega Drive, or the Genesis, as I think you Americans called them. The Sega. I don't know. Don't know where that came from. Let's do a little bit of padding on the chair. Shift D, P, separate by selection. Beautiful. And we'll just apply that for now. Oops. And then let's go ahead. Grab these a little bit. And then we'll grab these here. Oh! Question. Who's seen Happy Gilmore? 2. Oh my goodness. How good is that film? Amazing. Delete vertices. I don't question my lunacy. What the? No, go all the way around, you clown. There we go. Nice. And then we'll do an edge loop through there just to raise it up. That's looking pretty good. GZ. Pop it up a little bit. And let's do those. Control B to do a bevel. What? Merge by distance then. U, and U. Control B. Why are you beveling? Shift N. Control B. Control A, apply scale. Control B. Control B. Control B. Merge by distance. I have no idea. Whatevs. C. Control numpad minus. How bizarre. And then let's go V to rip. U, and U. Why am I doing this? Control numpad minus. V to rip. Nice. I like that. Oh, jeez. My knees. Getting old. Miss Tomb Raider, Resident Evil. All I did as a youth. Resident Evil, #1. Game starts with the stairs going up. Could you go up? I don't know. But then you turn left and you're in a little room. And then you go onto the door to the right. And then that's where you see that first zombie who's eating a corpse. And it's a cutscene and it looks up and it's like, memories. I like that. That looks pretty cool. And then we'll go do the same thing on here. Shift D, P, separate by selection. There we go. Let's go G, Y. Wow, Dalala. GG. 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 And then we'll do a few edge loops. 3. This section here can come up a smidgen. And then, actually, maybe this bit here comes back a little bit. Let's grab the outskirts, E to extrude along the Y-axis. Mirror, subdivision surface. There we go, and there we go. And then we're just going to grab these two, Control B to do a bevel. What the heck's your problem? V to rip. Nice. Nice and simple. Doesn't need to be that much. Oh, I agreed about F4. I found the new... Oh, Fantastic Four. I'm just thinking about Fortnite and the Fantastic Four and how you get skins with them. Better than film. Can't go outdoors or dogs get you. Whiskers over Dead Star. Yes, I know what you're talking about now. Correct. I didn't like Resident Evil 5 and 6. I played only #1, and then the one where they're in the cop station, I played that one. And then the other one where they went to the Umbrella Corporation. But I'm like, scary games isn't for me. Is the best way to put it. Control B. What the heck have I done? Oh, A. M. There we go. Cool, whatevs. Let's do these. Just adding a little bit of detail through here. Let's grab this section and this section. I remember something about crows as well. Oh, that looks delish. Stopped at 4. Like Resident Evil 5. My daughter and my son-in-law are on the way to Myrtle Beach. I want to say Miami? I don't know. I help with so much. So week off for me. Nice. Cop Station was 3. Yes. Okay, I remember that one. By far the hardest but most fun. Stars. Yep. Tried playing Resident Evil VR. Wasn't able to complete it. Way too scary. The best game ever made for VR, I have to say, was Half-Life Alyx. Amazing. But when you're in like pitch black scene area, you've got no bullets, and you're like, cool, I can't do squat. I'm like, I really should get back into it. If another good game in VR is Puzzle Rooms. I love it. The best one that I've done, yay! The best one I've done is called I don't know what it's called. Whoops. Steam. It's The Room, I think. Just because it's a side note, I think it's The Room. Yeah, these games here, The Room, VR, A Dark Matter. That was really good in VR. I really do want to get back into VR, but oh well. Yeah. Wish I'd go to the beach. Absolutely. It was just such a good game. And it just worked so well. Hats off to the developers for that one. Control numpad minus, Alt S. Great. All right, I love that. Headrest. Let's just do the same thing we just did to the headrest. We might just expand the headrest like this. E to extrude. And just move it forward. Cool. And then that way we can snap these up. Shift D, Y, P, separate by selection. And then we will go I to do an inset, delete faces. Oh, far out. Delete faces. G, X, bring that in. And then we will just simply, yeah, cool bananas. Might just do select all I. Aye, Captain Birdseye. I'll sing you a song of the sea. Wait, do you guys have Birdseye fish fingers? Or is that an Australian brand? I'll cook 'em and crunch 'em as quick as could be. Oh, gosh. What? It's not that late. Oh, ploppers. Is there going to be a quick way to do this? There isn't, is there? You know what? I'm just going to leave it. I don't care. You're not really going to see that. That looks like rubbish. Oh, gosh. Let me just quickly do this. You. There we go. Come on. Don't stop. Also am. A friend of mine has asked me to run a D&D session, so I'm looking forward to doing that. Haven't played D&D in yonks. Was a lie. I haven't run a D&D session for yonks. Oh, wait. No. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, we're almost there. Perfect. Perfection. No, not you. You're not perfection. Get stuffed. You go away. So we'll go GG. Oh, what? That was a big waste of time, wasn't it? Okay. Just trying to think what's going to be the quickest way to... If I do this... Fine, just do this. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That should have all those selected. Awesome. Control B to do a bevel. What the heck was that? Close. I don't know when was the last time I saved. No, I didn't. Poop on a stick. That's all I got to say. Blender 4.5. And it crashed. What the heck? File, recover. File, recover. Autosave. You're joking. You are joking. Whoa. What the heck? Copy buffer. What is copy buffer? That's not going to work, that one. Far out, you fat turd. Anyway, good thing the stream was recorded. Oh my goodness. And I'd almost finished the chair as well. That's the more... Control V. So anyway, there's that. Let's go full screen. N. Screencast keys. Turn that on. Let's go into... Because, you know... Asset browser. And we'll be super lazy now. Kitbashing, Cockpit... I really hate this chair now. Oh, but the other one looks so good. Yeah. Yeah, no. It corrupted. Just waiting for this error to go away. Can you go away now, please? Control S to save. Okay. It saves now. Far out. Brussels sprout. You know what? I'm just going to open up this one. I just want to see what the chair looks like in here. Or is it a dumpster fire as well? Come on. Hurry up. Is it? Yeah, it's a dumpster fire. Okay. All right, well, let's quickly whip one up. You, come here. Let's just sit him down. Okay. Sure. Rotate. Not that one. I want that one. You in the right spot there? Perfect. And now, yeah, we're just going to blitz through this. Oops. Go up like that. Go like that. User. Bring it down. Bring your arm down. And then something like that. Rotate YY. Wow. It's really weird. I don't understand why it didn't autosave. Rotate YY. Oops. Rotate Y. All right, awesome. Cool. We've got our chair. Bigger and better chair. Makes it better this time. How do you save the AK transformation? ¿Qué? Porquitos? I don't know what that is. What do you mean the AK transformation? Oops. Let me just... All right. Let's go. Shift S, cursor select it. Don't you... Select all that, delete. No, what the heck? Select all keyframes, delete. Delete. There we go. Thank you. Location, rotation, scale. To save, press you in the main viewer. You press I to set a keyframe. Kings fail. What? I. I don't know. Anyway, who just joined? Juan, welcome to the stream. Oh, you might be on Kick. I don't even know how to log into Kick. Yeah, for some reason I'm streaming on Kick. So, welcome. My channel. My shush channel. Shut up. Marco. Shush channel. Shut up. This is a terrible platform. Do you have the latest drivers or suffer the same thing? Then I realized the drivers are outdated. Yes. Yeah, I don't know why it's not saving keyframes. Oh man, I got 3 chats to monitor now. There we go. There we go. With the bomb. Okay, so we've got that now. Let's now go ahead really quick. Create a stupid chair. And we're just going to smash this puppy out now. Let's go something like this. You can have bad back like me, mate. E to extrude. Something like that. Scale on the X like so. Control L. Shift D. Rotate. Scale. We've got that. Scale on the X. Beautiful. Riggs, welcome. Riggs and Grimes Workshop. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, super frustrated. I don't know why. Now I'm paranoid. Oh my goodness, Marco. What the heck? Oh, also, hang on. Am I logged into iCloud? iCloud? I got to post this up on Instagram. This is what living in Australia is like.
So, life in Australia. Get out of here, you giant rats.
Just an ordinary Saturday
life in Australia.
Night.
Get out of here, you giant rats.
They are rats. Oops. Thought I might share that with you guys. Okay, done. Scale along the X. Beautiful. Oh, and I had such a good seats as well in here. Rotate 90. By seats, I mean, of course, V to rip, Control L, delete vertices, add modifier, generate mirror modifier. Oh, giant rats they are. What if someone's walking there? Then you do this. And then you just hope they jump away. Put on your boxing gloves and go. Those were small ones. I have ridden my bike to work where I thought I'm dead. Like they can be giant. Giant rats. Yeah, no, they're massive. And then when they hit your car as well, that's a bad day. See, we said, yeah. So that's a little fun fact on that one. Pose mode. I'm just going to bring that arm back down. Around my neck of the woods is deer. Well, I know Spooky says the moose. Whoops. Yeah, moose would be scary because they're giant comparatively to cars. Oof. One of the other big problems we have here is wombats as well, because I'm here in the nation's capital, and the wombats are pretty bad. You don't want to hit those things, because if you hit those things, you go flying, because it's just like hitting a rock. Around my neck of woods is deer or armadillos. That they are now saying carry the plague. Oh, jeez, interesting. Yeah, don't want to run into a moose. Yeah. Phew. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we gotta try and catch up to where we were before the crash. Nice. This is good. We not gonna bother about putting padding on. So yeah, we won't worry about that. This needs to have like a little bit of a lip in here, because obviously it would be super annoying for your feet to be sliding down. Canoed past a moose munching on a tree in Algonquin Park. It was about 10 feet away. Hit a deer, miss a moose. A moose will go through your windshield because they are so tall. Yes, right. Yeah. Where I think I've never hit a kangaroo yet. There's always time. But yeah, they're pretty freaky to come across. Clipping, please. Cool. That's great. Where is these pieces over here? So we're just trying to quickly get back up to where we were. Grab that and that, please. Shift D, bring it over there. G, put you over there, mate. And then you rotate Z 180. I did do a thing the other day. Someone needed some help with NVIDIA Omniverse, and I installed it, and I had so much nostalgia over it. I'm like, oh, do I dare? Do I dare make this film in Omniverse? I think it'd be way too hard to, but I'm like, oh, do I feel like punishing myself? We had an incident province next to ours a few years back where both driver and passengers were... What? Yikes. I hit a black bear. Karma North, Lake Superior. I don't know where Lake Superior is. Pyramid, you're trouble if you run into a hippo. What's the difference between a hippo and a lighter? can't remember the joke now. A hippo. Oh, no, I'm done. I can't remember that one. You woke me up as I was trying. The bear just got up and ran into the woods. I did, riding a push bike one time, I did hit a duck. That was freaky. Yeah, that was... It's just like I'm riding along and bam, it's my front wheel. I was just like, oh, no. It just goes off. I don't know why it's that funny. Oh, it's getting to that time now. That module there doesn't work. Let's grab another one. User. Oh. There. Rotate Z. Perfect. I like that. GZ. Okay. Whatevs and whatevs. Does that look? That looks pretty small though, doesn't it? Had it so well last time. Jeez, that was loud. Who joined? Nam, welcome to the stream. Did you quack up? I didn't quack up too much. I was very fearful because I was many, many kilometers away from my home. I was more paranoid that I was going to pop a wheel or something. And as well, because it was dark. It was one of those brisk morning rides. Okay, how's that looking? That's looking not too bad. Let's do a Control B on that. Let's make sure we go merge by distance. And we'll try that again. There we go. Control B to do a bevel. Just to give us a little bit of life in there. Is that joystick too small? I don't know. I think it's fine. We'll live with it. Bring it up. Cool. Let's make... okay. Kevin, can you go away now? Control S to save. Far out. And then we'll quickly... I am just going to remake all our spongy pieces. Add modifier. Generate. Subdivision surface. E to extrude. Bring that down. Oops. Let's go GY. G... Oh, actually. No, that one can go maybe something like that. GX. Bring that one in. Do that. Do that. Padding. There and there. So we can grab that section and that section. Control B. Cool. And then do another one through there. So we can go GZ. Let's grab, not you. Oh, far out. Ah, yeah. What is that? Box select, delete faces. Nice. There we go. That's a bit better. That and that. B to box select, B to box select, deselect that, and GZ. Please don't forget the round detail you added on the armrest. That was fire. Oh, yeah. Whatever. It did look quite nice, I'm not gonna lie. Let's go, I think you're the middle. Delete faces. Generate mirror modifier. Yep. Ah, you suck. Mirror, go above. And then we will quickly just add in maybe here-ish. Here. Control B to do a bevel. Middle mouse up. Control numpad minus, Alt S. Other way. V to rip. Nice. Beautiful. Whatevs. Slap that puppy together. Yeah, got to do that as well. Let's grab all this. Shift D, Y, P, separate by selection. There we go. GG. GG. And GG. Let's do that. We'll do a select the outsides there. E to extrude along the y-axis. Perfect. Add modified generate subdivision surface. My hair is fluffy. I don't like it. And then we will do that. So we'll go here, 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 here. Control B to do a bevel. Control numpad minus, Alt S. Whatevs. Posted you some screen caps just before the crash of the chair. Yeah, I don't care. I'm just going to smash this up now. But thank you. We need to make a spongy modifier. That's great, actually. How did the chair look? You have made me intrigued. Reference images. Oh, you're clever. Yeah, great. All right, we're still on the same path. Thank you for that. This is actually looking a little bit better. If I don't say so myself. Shift D, P, separate by selection. There we go. We will do I to do an inset. Deselect all that. Delete select vertices. From here, let's do an edge loop. Edge loop. E to extrude, because we're lazy. Subdivision surface. Perfect. Increase, invert, delete faces. Delete edges. Perfect. Let's now go Control B to do a bevel. Cuts that in there. B through there. B through there. Even though I just did this, I'm already doing it a different way than we did it before, which is kind of funny. Control B. Nice, that's looking great. Here, here, and here. Control B to do a bevel. Control numpad minus, Alt S. V to rip. Easy. What else? Bleh. That's a lot better. Okay. Good. Control S to save. Let's just quickly slap together the back. Oh, actually, no, we need to do still the headrest. Kevin, can you come back for me, please? Yeah, no worries, mate. Thank you, Kevin. Let's go like this. Shift D. And we'll fix Kevin up a little bit later. And then this can move forward. All right, Kevin, you can have a bit of a headrest there. Come on, Marco. Heads up. Let's go. Control S to save. Separate by selection. GG. 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 Edge loop. Edge loop. Edge loop. Generate subdivision surface. Let's grab the outskirts. E to extrude on the y-axis. Perfect Aruni. And then we might just grab that piece there. Control B. Numpad minus. Alt S. Bring that in. V to rip. Perfect. Love it. Made me yawn. I'm sorry. Sigmund go right. I like to ride my bicycle. Perfect. Perfect. And then let's go ahead. Let me just select all this. Is that the whole chair? Nope. Okay, let's just go hide all that stuff just so we can focus on this. from here, let's grab this stuff, Shift D. GG. And then we can spin that around like so. Grab this face, scale Z0. Control L. E to extrude. Will it fit? Good enough. Oh, no. What was that? So anyway, back to the conversation earlier. Happy Gilmore. What a great film. I tell you the truth, I missed what everyone said. Not gonna lie. I like this. I think this looks good. Let's do a Shift D scale. Yeah, E to extrude. And then scale along the X. E to extrude. That's not bad. Yeah, then we can also just start throwing in some like panels in a way. Alt S. Shift N. Make sure that that's all going right. My wife had just asked me if she is boring me as I have yawned 4 times. She's been talking to me. They aren't yawns. That are 4 acceptable attempts to try and get a word in. Yes, I read that one the other day as well. It's funny because it's true. All right, let's go E to extrude. Just trying to get this done now so that we can start focusing on the rest of the cockpit, which I'm not sure what that actually looks like. Control L, E to extrude. Maybe bevel here. Something like that. Nice. Did you see the pick I posted in general? New? Yes. I think I posted in there as well. It looks like Borderlands with the, from what I could tell from my deprived sleepless state. It looked like, what? It looked like Borderlands with kind of like that cartoony edging. I mean, it still looks pretty good. I like it. So, I just don't know how I feel about it. I like my $15 keyboard. Not going to lie. It's quiet. It doesn't have that mechanical clicking sound. I think my mic is now the problem. It's maybe a little bit too sensitive and it's picking up everything. So, yeah, see, that was close. I wouldn't mind one of those monitors currently running 327 inches. I'm running... It's not a... I feel like a 34 or a 36 inch. I don't know, I don't have a tape measure. No, it can't be. That's the size of a TV. It's got to be like a 34. Surely. I love my clickety-clack. Nah, I can't stand that. Don't get the wires cross over the power. Never realized I needed something like that on my keyboard. Mike, please it up. Porquito? What? What? Also, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Just hit the subscribe button. Hopefully we can get up to... I've gone up 1. Sweet. Did I minimize that? I think I might have pressed the wrong button. Yo, and yo. Okay, come to the front. There we go. Thank you. Mine's 32, but I use cyberpower keyboard that came with my PC? No. Clicky keyboard, you'd wake up the entire house during the stream. This is true. You can tell. There's only been like 1 or 2 streams where I've been like full loud. That's normally the most fun of streams. When I've had the house to myself. Oh boy, I don't know what I'm doing here. What am I doing here now? Oh, jeez. Far out. It's time. 11:20. Weak. You're weak. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm just trying to think, how can we finish off this seat? Scale Y. Do we do something like that? Shifty, rotate 180. Ugh. That's going to be flat. Of course it is. Scale Y minus 1. Trying to think of a good solution here. Give me this one. Oh, I don't know. I'm almost like half thinking something like this. She's like 50 foot across the... What? Probably have something to do with being told off when I enter a load of jokes. Nah. That's what I get. Sleep through a thunderstorm, but wake up when I'm tiptoeing around up the stairs. Yep. Sounds like a 4-year-old. Can't even wash my hands. The water. Yes, I can't even wee. The rule is, like she says, if you're doing a wee, don't flush the toilet. But if you're doing a poo, flush that toilet. That's my household for you. Okay, let's go Control B. Let's just finish this off. Control number minus. You know what? This doesn't really matter. And then I think we said if we go World Origin and then we just did this, I don't know. Let's just go something like this. Kevin, can you come back for me, please? Hi, Matt. Thanks, Kevin. And then we are just going to delete and delete faces. And then we can select that, delete faces. And then we have kind of like this system in here. I think that's great. We'll just leave it at that. Let's go I to do an inset and E to... Oh, you suck. Delete faces. GX. E to extrude. Perfect. And then we'll just leave it at that, I reckon. Save. Save. And then might be just, let's just go super lazy. And we'll do a DreamUV. Let's just make it black. Hotspot. And then all the cushioning can just be orange. Hotspot. Oops, U and U. Copy materials are selected. Hotspot, hotspot, and hotspot. And then this here, we'll just leave it as is. Hey, oh, here we go. Made of candy. And let's grab that. Push that back a bit. Perfect. Easy. Textured it like that. Done. Let's just select this whole chair. G. Sweet. Grab that, grab that, grab that, grab that. We are going to go right click after Terry's conversation this morning. Convert to mesh. Control J to join. So now we've got a chair. Perfect. Let's go Alt H. Nice. I think that looks pretty good. Let's get into the armature. And we're going to do that. Let's go something like this. Go something like this, something like this. That one. Rotate YY. And then what we're half expecting is, yep. Perfect. Hands are a little bit busted at the moment. That's fine. I think we'll change that around. Every time I hear Kevin address, I think of little troll creature at the end of Star Trek Beyond. Kevin? Just while I thought you should make some space kangaroos plodding around your ship. There is plenty of opportunities to do some 3D scanning of, hey Tiny Star Show, there is plenty of opportunities to do some 3D scanning of kangaroos. They are very still on the ones that we find. Where was I? There was one that was like half a meter away from me. I was like, "Wah!" I don't know where I was walking. Scared the bejeebers out of me. Where the heck was I? Oh yeah, walking back from lunch, and there's just like a very still kangaroo right next to me as I'm walking, listening to my audiobook. I wanted water. All right, I'm happy with that. We lost a lot of work today, which is absolutely great. I'm gonna try and fill all this in over next couple of days. So there is a 5-part series that is coming through on YouTube. It hasn't been scheduled, but if you want to go check it out, it's on Patreon, and it's how we made these pose mode. And it's how I made the full process of creating this from scratch. Even texturing, I mean, we used DreamUV for it, but I kind of just showed you the idea on how to use it. Thing is fully rigged, so that is coming out throughout the week. So, like and subscribe. But anyway, it is 11:30. I'm tired and I'm frustrated at the fact that Blender punched me in the face. I will probably be back Tuesday night live stream. So, I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much.